we just got to brown it to start with. 3 pounds. So, like I said, browning the meat. Want to do this first before you put it into your pot and cook everything else. Otherwise, you'll have all of the fat that you cook off of the ground beef, making your chili very greasy and not really tasting all that good. So, opening up all the cans of the stuff that we need. I use diced tomatoes. I prefer Hunt's. I think they taste the best. Use what you like. A can of Hunt's tomato paste. That I prefer black beans. I like the way that it tastes. And okay, as you can see, everything is pretty nice and evenly, consistently brown. Not really any pink left. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shut the heat off of it on the range. Like I said, the diced tomatoes. I use 4 cans of that. I put it on high heat just to get to the point where I can heat everything up and get it started, and then I lower the heat down and just let it sit at a simmer. Once you get it simmering, you're usually good within about a half an hour. You'll have a lot of the flavor that you like that will cook throughout all the different components. Me personally, I like to leave a little bit more time. I like to spend somewhere in between an hour and 2 hours before I start eating, because I like for it to have a little bit more time to really get the flavors throughout. But like I said, even after half an hour, it's very edible. You just have to see what works the best for you. So, okay, that was the 4 cans of diced tomatoes, 3 cans of beans. Now I'm going to add the paste. Well, not large onion. At this point, pretty low on mine. I'm at 2. I might even bring it down a little bit lower than that because everything is heated up. You can see the steam's coming off. So everything is really heated up. Now all I need for it to do is just simmer and really get the flavor to get through all the different components of the chili. So I usually use a couple of those in this size pot of chili, a couple heaping spoons, and then I can flavor it later on if I want to add a little bit more. Some dark chili powder, 2 tablespoons of this, and I actually do measure it off the right way, scrape it off so that you know you're actually getting 1 tablespoon, not a big heaping spoon, and you don't know how much you're using. But that's a good place to start from for me. I use 2 of those. And then I use the McCormick Chili Original. something that we found, and we like the way that it flavors our chili up. So I've been using it. And I use 2 of those, 2 tablespoons of those. And you might think that that's a lot, but it's 3 pounds of beef and 4 cans of diced tomatoes, 3 cans of beans, canned tomato paste, and a full onion. So I usually wind up adding more in later on, but this you want to get in there earlier rather than later, because this is what's going to give you all of your chili goodness flavor. My wife likes food that is so spicy that most human beings would have to go to the hospital if they tried to eat it. I am not like that, so for just a little bit of kick, I just use regular black powder, and I use it out of a grinder. So, and again, it's not like I'm measuring, so you're gonna have to find your own amount that you like. I'm very visual and olfactory cooker. You know, I look at it, I see if I have enough, and then I smell it and smell if it tastes, or smell if it smells like it's gonna taste right. And then of course I have to taste it, you know, because I'm the cook. Now I also have salt over here, just regular salt, and I'm not gonna add any of that right now. I like to let it cook a while first to really get the flavors throughout it, and then the salt seems to bring the flavors out a little bit more, but you have to be real careful how much you use, because you can change it from not having too much flavor to then being just too salty and not being very good. So when you add your salt, just add it in moderation. You can add just a little bit when you stir it. Then you'll want to give it a taste, see what it's like, and give it, you know, 5 or 10 minutes. Give it a taste, see what it's like. If you want a little bit more salt, add a little bit more, give it another 5 or 10 minutes. And for the most part,